Hey, hi, hello. Welcome back to the next part in my Landgrabb Apartment series. Today I have the Pancakes apartment for you, and this is loosely inspired by their current house. So both Eliza and Bob both have their own bedrooms. There's also an office space in the third bedroom. And for the decorations, I wanted it to not only feel like their house, but to also feel like Eliza gave Bob basically no say in what was used. So there's going to be a lot of pinks, a lot of florals, and there's just going to be a bunch of plates everywhere to pay homage to all the plates that hung up in their house. And when I say current house, when I built this, the EA refresh for the houses hadn't happened yet. So this is very much based on their old house, not the current version of their house, which I will say looks 10 times better. It's not as dark, it's very light, it's very nice. But from what little I know about the Pancakes, everyone seems to make Eliza out to be a bad wife. A lot of people play them that way and kind of want justice for Bob. I mean, I can't really talk on the matter since I had my Black Widow sim romance and get rid of Eliza to free Bob. But I do feel like Bob kind of likes it this way. He likes the fact that his wife kind of makes all these decorating decisions for him. He doesn't seem like the type of guy who really cares about aesthetic and the way things look. He seems very chill, easygoing. So this is very much good for Bob. The way the house looks, he doesn't care as long as there is food on the table and a place for him to sleep. He is good. Whereas Eliza is very much a person who it has to be exactly the way she wants it. It has to be clean and everything needs to be in their place. So she took over the reins when they moved into this apartment complex and decided that everything was going to be pink, everything was going to be white and sterile and nice and look uniform. She also told Bob that while she loves him dearly, they will still not be sharing a bed. So she gives Bob the wing on the right side of the apartment and she takes the bedroom on the left, which is smaller, but it has a bigger bathroom. So I think Eliza wins, kind of. I don't decorate the third bedroom for Iggy simply because Iggy is on the gallery and Iggy actually isn't in the game. So that is why the third bedroom is an office and is not a bedroom for Iggy. I know when EA did the refresh for their house, they built kind of like a vacant nursery in the second floor of the house. But honestly, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. I completely forgot Iggy existed when I was decorating this apartment, so Iggy was not on my mind. I'm very sorry to Iggy Pancakes, but in this universe, he doesn't exist. But anyway, as you can see, we are very much diving headfirst into the pink theme. There's pink accents on the pillars, there's pink accents on the cushions for the bar stools and the chairs, pink wallpaper everywhere, pink umbrella for this table that's outside. Which, looking at Eliza, you wouldn't think that this girl likes pink. You wouldn't think that she likes the furniture that she likes, but her snooty walk definitely would buy me into the fact that she likes to decorate exactly like this. There's a lot of older furniture which looks antique-ish, so I think Eliza buying all this like old furniture that looks like it's antique and like expensive is what she goes for, because she wants people to think that she can buy really fancy furniture and has the space and money for really fancy furniture. My cats just ran by, so if you heard that, I'm very sorry. Also in the kitchen, I did hang up a pancake painting because I thought it was clever. It is the pancakes. They needed a pancake picture in their kitchen. The art piece is very, very modern, but I made an exception. I felt like it was worth it. And here we are placing even more plates. We will be placing these 2 Parenthood plates on this table here with the chicken. I don't know why I chose the chicken. It just called out to me, fit the theme that I had going. I'm also using high school years curtains. That rug with the couch and the love seat is from Growing Together. And then I also use those base game couches in just like the base swatch, like the white swatch, which when I was watching this footage back, I thought I was doing that just as like filler furniture, but I left it like that, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I wouldn't ever typically use those couches in just the white swatch, but since I was kind of going for a like pink and white, sterile, crisp, clean look, those couches really fit the vibes for me. And then over here by the front door, we have the sunflower and chicken painting. We have this mirror from Growing Together, and then I just put this base game end table with a thing of flowers on top. And then I also get a shoe rack as well. And then I will be going around placing a thermostat and a smoke alarm in the kitchen, which it fits perfectly in that molding up there, and that was very satisfying for me. And then here's that pancake painting that I put in the kitchen. I just scale it down because it was a bit too big. And then I will be putting a plant stand over here in the corner and then just looking for some plants to stick on it. And then after this, I will be putting the final touches on the living room, and then we will be moving on into Bob's bedroom. While I am picking out plants and just furnishing the last bit of the living room, I just wanted to catch y'all up and tell you that I did not, in fact, finish Shatter Me this weekend. I just could not bring myself to do it. I picked it up several times and put it back down. I can't bring myself to read it. It's very difficult for me. I'm just going to have to force myself to read it one of these days and just finish it, because I've got like 3 other books that I've bought just waiting for me to read them. Also, Sarah Dessen has a book coming out in a month that I want to read when it comes out. So I will be finishing the Shatter Me series this week or this weekend. I did, however, go see the drama on Sunday, and if that movie has any interest in you, or you have any interest in it, please go see it in a theater full of people. It was an experience and a half. It was the movie fantastic, so good. The like plot twist, which everybody's mad about and mad that the marketing for that movie like lied to them, but it's like that's the whole point. It's a plot twist. You're not supposed to know what her secret is, which by the way, her secret, if you even think you know what it is, if you have not been spoiled yet, it is not what you think it is. Guarantee you it is not what you think it is. And honestly, the marketing for that movie, 10 out of 10. A24 did it again. Love Zendaya, love Robert Pattinson. Oh, it's such a good movie. I highly recommend if you're into A24 films. But here we are in Bob's bedroom. I used the bed from Lovestruck and some ripped up posters from that pack. I also gave him some gym equipment and some of the same posters he had in the original house, along with a cop poster. I feel like even though he's a chef, I feel like while his passion is like cooking, I feel like he wants to be like a police officer or like somebody who's just like does like physically fit, like maybe an athlete or something. Like he admires the big buff dudes and he sees himself getting fit maybe to win back Eliza just a little bit. I think though the one thing that I will do before I upload this to the gallery is replace the decorative weights with the actual weights that we got with Adventure Awaits. I gave Bob some skateboard decorations. I gave him this bookshelf from university because it's made out of pipes and cinder blocks, and I felt like that just fit his vibe. I also gave him this little scheduling board to keep track of everything because as we know, Eliza is very particular about a lot of stuff, and he needs to be reminded about important dates like her birthday and stuff like that. Even though he should know when her birthday is, maybe sometime Bob just forgets that it's coming up, so he's got to have it written down. And then of course I put the poster of him up here on the wall with a red robe. And then on the dresser, I kind of put some random clutter up there. I think I put like a box, a magazine, and then I put a flaming basketball trophy. I think you get that from winning some type of basketball thing in City Living. I've personally never gotten that trophy, and I've played City Living a lot because that's one of my favorite packs gameplay wise to play with, just because I love apartments in The Sims. But I give him that trophy that maybe he went to the city one day to do a basketball tournament and he won. And then I just put a box full of clutter up there, a tissue box. And then the last thing I believe we'll be putting in this room is just a lamp for his bedside table. And then we will be moving on into Eliza's bedroom. And in Eliza's bedroom, I do start out with this really busy wallpaper, and I put the bed on here, but the pinks were kind of clashing a little too much being that close together. So I do get rid of the wallpaper. I keep the bed because I think that's Eliza's original bed from the house. So I do keep the bed, but I change the wallpaper up. I do play around with the curtains quite a bit before I choose these ones from Growing Together. I think these are supposed to be little kid curtains, but they kind of fit the vibe in here a little bit, kind of like princessy kind of vibe. And honestly, I feel like Eliza is trying to get back like her inner child, because she wanted to be like a princess when she was younger, and I feel like her being an adult now, she's trying to live that fantasy because she just didn't get to have the pink bedroom of her dreams when she was younger. So that's where all this pink and fanciness comes from. She just wants to be that princess she always dreamed of being when she was a kid. So that's where that comes from. I use this base game dresser, which I don't use all that often because I think it's a really awkward shape and it looks really awkward. The drawers are kind of tiny, so I don't know what kind of clothes you're fitting in there, but good luck to you. And then I use a rug from base game. And then over here by the window, I didn't really know what to put, so I just kind of put an awkward conversation corner, I guess is what you would call it. I do put a table with some books, and these chairs might be a little more comfortable to sit and read in than the two that I have literally right outside the door. But this is just kind of an awkward conversation corner. You know, you sit there, and this is where, like, when your mom and your grandma, like, your grandma comes over to your house and your mom and your grandma want to have that private conversation, they, like, go into her bedroom and they, like, sit on the furniture that's in there. That's what I imagine happening. On that side is just Eliza and her mom gossiping about the family drama that's been going on. And then I made Eliza a fake vanity since I don't have any vanities in any of the packs that I have, because I do not have the packs that have them. So I just made one up. I put some nail polish, some perfumes, some base game clutter on there. And then I hang up some plants on the wall. I do use this one. I think that's from Parenthood, the makeup tray from Parenthood, just because it had more on there. And then for some reason, I also decided that Eliza was obsessed with butterflies. So she not only has those two little butterfly pictures, but she has a butterfly picture hanging up on the wall. And then like I was saying, I hang some plants up by the mirror over there. And then I believe that's it. I don't really put a lot in Eliza's room because she likes to be organized. So I feel like she wouldn't have a lot of clutter just scattered around in her room. It would be pretty much like the rest of the house, and all of the clutter and mess is in Bob's room, which he never ever goes in. I don't think that when Eliza and Bob woohoo, they go into Bob's room, they have to do it in Eliza's room because she knows her room is clean. And then the last room we are furnishing is the office space. There are these bookshelves in here. There's like the same one that's out in the hallway. I use the same curtains, and there is a computer. It is the only computer in the entire apartment, but I think that's okay. There is some really fancy furniture in here. The type of furniture that you're too afraid to sit on in here, which again, is probably, again, more comfortable than the two chairs that I have out there in the living room to sit on and read. I don't know why I made these two really into reading corners, but I did. Maybe Eliza and Bob sometimes bond by reading books together. Maybe they have their own little book club. But this room, it is quite simple. very quite simple, it is quite simple. But that's the end of the video. Once again, this will go up on the gallery once I am done. I have posted the Goth's apartment and the building of the complex already. If you haven't seen it, maybe go watch those. The next video will be the final one for now, and it is going to be Flatty Daddy's apartment. So look out for that next week. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!